Hi class, I wanted to explain something today about the red envelope project that has been a source of confusion for many of you, and I apologize for that. So I'll try and get it cleared up today. On my screen, in the background on the left-hand side, you can see all of the cascading style sheet code from the red envelope project. And what I want to talk about today is layer product 1, layer product 2, and layer product 3, and describe what you're seeing in the cascading style sheet code. This / indicates that that is the start of a comment. It opens there and it closes here. So you can see that from here to here, all of the blue highlighted cascading style sheet rules, those are commented out. And here's the reason why, and this, by the way, I did in product 2 and product 3. So there's all the commented cascading style sheet code. And the reason for that is that I intended originally, when I wrote this red envelope experiment project tutorial, to be all positioned absolutely divisions. And what I did is, when I created it, I did create layer product 1, 2, and 3 as absolutely positioned divisions. And then I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if, instead of absolutely positioned divisions for these 3 divisions, if I showed students that you could left float them and you could get the same result as if they were absolutely positioned. So I thought that it would be interesting, again, to mix in the idea of absolutely positioned divisions along with nested left floated divisions. I wanted you to see that they can work together, they can work in conjunction with each other. The only 2 lines of code that you really need for products 1, 2, and 3, those divisions, are the float left and the margin line. Those 2 properties are really all you need. Now, I had the question, don't you need to set the width and height? Yes and no. I'm going to show you 2 ways in Dreamweaver to accomplish basically the same thing, and we'll talk about the pros and cons of each. But how do I get those divisions to work for me? I can't see them in my design view. And here's the reason why. They're left floated, but they have collapsed. These 3 divisions should be here, where you see the picture of the soap, cookies, and the wallets. But they've collapsed because there's no content within those divisions, and we haven't specified a width and height. So the first method we'll use, we will specify a width and height for layers product 1, 2, and 3, and then we will place a background image behind them. That'll be method 1. The other method that I'm going to show you is simply inserting an image into each one of those divisions, and I'll show you that it will cause it to expand to accommodate the size of the image. So let's get started. We're going to use the first method. And the way I'm going to do it is, in the CSS panel, I'm going to select layer product 1 and add a width and height. And before I do that, perhaps I should back out. Let me escape first and show you something you may not have seen before. In this Files panel, there's a tab next to it called Assets. And look at what we have in Assets. Here's my cookies, soaps, and wallets. Those 3 images I can see here. And I get this dimensions column, which tells me that these are 180 by 180 pixel tall images. And that's important to me. That means I'm going to set my width and height to 180 pixels. Here's my height. And now, in the design view, I can see that layer product 1 is now expanded to 180 by 180. I can see it in the design interface. It's not collapsed any longer. So let's go ahead and do the same thing for product 2. Specify width 180, height 180, and for product 3, width 180, and height 180. You can see in the design interface they are all now selectable because they're all expanded to a certain width and height. That's great. The next thing that I need to do for each one of them, product 1, is add a background image. So I'm going to go click on Add Property and choose Background Image and browse for, and I think I want here the picture of the soaps. So I'll choose soaps, and there it is. In product 2, the same thing. I want to add a background image, browse, and this time I believe I want cookies. And for layer product 3, add a property, background image, wallets. So that's pretty easy to do. And I'm sorry for that confusion. It's just really meant to show you that you can mix absolutely position divisions and floats within the same project. Okay, now that's method 1. Let me watch all of my divisions disappear again. And what I'm going to do this time is show you the second method where you can just insert an image within a division and cause that division to expand out. And the way that I'm going to do that, since I don't have any way to really effectively click inside of that division that's collapsed inside of the interface, I will go into Code View. And I can see on line 212, 213, and 214 that I have product 1, product 2, and product 3, those divisions. And if I put my cursor inside of layer product 1, I can go over here to the Files panel and choose the soaps image and just drag it right into layer product 1's division. So there you go, line 212. Let's see what it looks like in the design interface. You can now see that there's an image within this division, and the division is selectable. It has expanded to accommodate this 180 by 180 pixel image. And we can do the same thing for the other 2 layers. I think I want to drag cookies into layer products 2. And in product 3, I believe I want wallets. And there you go. Now let's talk about the pros and cons very quickly of each one of these methods. The first method uses a background image. So it frees up the division to hold other content, such as text. So therefore, if you needed to provide text in this layer product 1 division, a better choice for you would be method 1, which uses the background image. However, if you just have an image and you don't need to put any text or any other content within a division, method 2 will suffice, where you just drag an image right into the division and it will just be out there on the screen, and it will cause the division to expand to the size of the image. Both ways are acceptable. You just have to determine if you want more than just an image within a division. I hope that helps.